Dear citizens of the world, I am here to discuss how a devastated and destroyed infrastructure is tied to hunger and famine across the country of Iraq like a bullet is tied to a gun. The first thing we need to do is address what exactly is a country's infrastructure. The definition is simple: the functional facilities and systems serving a country, city, or area such as transportation, communication systems, power plants, and schools. Why is Iraq's infrastructure in such a bad state of affairs? Since the 1990s, Iraq has been in a state of emergency due to the acts of aggression on the part of their own regime, which was overthrown in an invasion and occupation by America and their allied forces. Part of the invasion was the complete destruction of their infrastructure to facilitate a faster victory and more subdued opponent by cutting lines of communication as well as lines of supply and support. This is not a new tactic of war and has been imitated since man has begun to engage in war. But what is the end result? Whether either side wins or loses, you are now stuck with a country which is war-torn, broken, and hungry. Correction, starving. Without a solid infrastructure, there are absolutely no electricity, no clean water, no schools, just famine, death, anger, and rebuilding. With a devastated infrastructure, the country becomes reliant on third-party contributors like the World Food Program to try and ease the widespread epidemic that is hunger. So let's say the country manages to receive some form of support. Without solid infrastructure, the dissemination of the goods is near impossible, as well as the protection of the goods. In a devastated infrastructure, communication is limited at best, and without proper communication channels, how can the providers know who is in need of supplies the most? And without roads, how can they get there cheaply? As of right now, there are 1.7 million Iraqis that are internally displaced. The current thirst for electricity is 1,400 MW, far outstrips the supply, which is around 800 MW. Clean water is scarce, and the highway system is still under construction, yet constantly targeted by dissidents. Without a complete and fully operational infrastructure, the starving and death will continue in Iraq, as well as other countries suffering from the same symptoms of post-war agony.